Alright, this is not going to be a Monday Night Raw review. I didn't watch Raw because I was doing homework, and then I caught the second half of the Chargers game, and boy, what a debacle for San Diego. But I did want to talk about and make a video about the main event for Hell in a Cell. I, of course, read the Raw results. I'm, of course, going to be watching Raw sometime this week. Just not going to throw up a review for it. From what I've heard from most fans about Raw in general was that the show was boring until the main event. And so I was just kind of reading the main event, and apparently what happened is Ryback came down to the middle of the ring, signed the contract, and he shell-shocked CM Punk. And this leads up to Ryback versus CM Punk that will be taking place October 28th at Hell in a Cell in Atlanta, Georgia. But before I go more in depth, make sure you guys check out all my other stuff. You know what I'm talking about. My Twitter at ChaseOliver68. You get the drill. Olive Tree Podcast with my boy Justin. CO Live Videos. Video on there tomorrow. Just giving those cheap little plugs out there. But continuing on, I kind of see this thing as two sides, a good and a bad to this altercation. Some wrestling fans are very excited about this. A lot of fans, that I was reading on Twitter, they were excited about Ryback versus CM Punk. And I was like, wow, that's great. Then a lot of fans were bitching and bitching and bitching and bitching about it, like normal stuff in professional wrestling. You can't always make the fans happy. Sometimes some fans will be happy, sometimes some fans won't be. But I kind of want to put out the good and the bad scenarios to why it's good that this match is taking place, and why is it bad that this match is taking place. Now, let me just say this. I'm going to start out with the good, because, to be honest, the bad stuff, there's a lot more details into that, and the good is kind of simple. As wrestling fans, I always kind of find it funny and hypocritical by most fans to say, the WWE needs to build more stars. Why is John Cena always in the main event? Hello? Isn't there a new star being built here? Isn't there a fresh new face in the main event? That's a good thing about this. Ryback has shown that, hey, you know what? Crowd is behind this motherfucker. The dude got a bigger pop than CM Punk went during JR Appreciation Night when he saved Vince McMahon, and, probably tonight he got a huge reaction. Ryback has crowd control. He can control a crowd. Feed me more. I mean, he is a good worker. He is a guy that WWE can rely on, and it's good that this guy is giving his opportunity to him. It's good that Ryback is fighting for the WWE Championship. New star being built. New fresh type main event. By God, why are you guys bitching? Is it because he's not ready? Because you guys think he can't work a full-length match? Let me just put this in perspective. Kane. You think Kane was brought in to be a long-term project? I don't think so. I think they just brought Kane in to build up so he could face Undertaker. In all honesty, that's how I feel it. And a lot of people think that to be a good worker in professional wrestling, you need to work a match 25 minutes. When was the time, can you remember, that Kane has worked a match? Every single time Kane works. Kane is a great worker. Most people will agree with me there when they say Kane's a good worker. When has Kane ever in his career worked a 30-minute match besides maybe Undertaker? He's never worked that long. So why is it a problem if Ryback is having short matches too? I don't get that. When Kane first came into the WWE, I mean, his first legit feud was Mankind, but before then, he was just squashing people. No one had a problem with that. I don't see what the difference is. I really don't. Yet fans are having so much problems calling him Goldberg, calling him this. It's just like, wow, really? This is how wrestling is nowadays? No wonder why I'm enjoying Ryback. Because he's against the grain of what most fans think. He's someone that I can cheer for because, hell, I enjoy watching the guy. No one's going to take away that enjoyment. And plus, it pisses off a lot of people that just piss me off in general. Fuck yeah, man. Go Ryback. That's how I see Ryback. This is good. But then, you kind of look at the good and you think, yes, good, Ryback. He's in with the crowd and all this other stuff. And then you flip over to the bad side. And the bad side is, it's not because he's in the main event. I'm happy for the dude he's in the main event. We need new stars. Yeah, you know what? The booking, how he was booked was bad. But hey, let's look at other guys that were booked bad and end up becoming stars for the WWE. CM Punk. In the beginning of CM Punk's career, when he won the Money in the Bank and won the World Heavyweight Championship, no one gave two shits when he won. I mean, yeah, it was cool to see, but it wasn't like CM Punk was interesting. when he first won the World Heavyweight Championship. And yet now he's a star because of all the buildup. I mean, WWE can make stars in 1 month. It's not the right time. It's not like the right thing to do, but they can do that. So, you know what? It may be not the right thing, but hey, you know what? They can. But the problem is with this is that it's kind of a lose-lose situation for the WWE. Here you have CM Punk, one of the longest reigning champions we've had in a long ass time. And Ryback, who's been this dominant force, his most legit win, you gotta agree, it has to be The Miz. I mean, The Miz is the Intercontinental Champion after all. But my problem with it is that, Ryback, this fresh new character that we've seen, I'm happy for the guy. I'm rooting the guy on. I really do like it. But if he beats Punk, wouldn't that make Punk a little bit too weak? I mean, you can't make Punk look too weak. I mean, Punk's just a guy that recently had a DVD released. Punk's recently the guy that's being featured a lot on WWE TV. I mean, he's the longest reigning champion, and you're telling me the likes of Cena, The Big Show, Daniel Bryan, Kane, Chris Jericho could not beat CM Punk. Those five guys in the WWE could not beat CM Punk, but Ryback can come in and beat CM Punk just like that and end his reign. See, that to me is kind of like sketchy. I mean, it's not like I said, Ryback, is he becoming a new star? Yes, he is. But the thing is, who was legit that he beat? He hasn't beat the Daniel Bryan that CM Punk has faced. He hasn't beat Big Show yet. He hasn't beaten John Cena. He hasn't beaten Kane. He hasn't beaten Chris Jericho. You get what I'm saying? See, that's kind of like the bad thing about this, is that Ryback, although he's big, although he's believable type of guy that could defeat CM Punk has wrestled against bigger guys like Big Show and Kane. So how can you believe that CM Punk could lose to this guy? It's kind of tricky. I guess what you could say is maybe because CM Punk was in the triple threat match, and because of the triple threat matches, it made it easier for him to beat those big monsters. But still, it's just kind of iffy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that, like, why many people are not hyped on Ryback because his build has been bad, but there's been other people whose build has been bad, and they made it to the top. And then, we look at the bad side for Ryback. If he loses this match, momentum is gone. It's like all his momentum, just feed me more, the undefeated streak that he has is gone. And then you just lose that undefeated streak. You just lose, the thing that makes you care about this guy even more. I mean, Ryback, yeah, he has a cool chant. He comes out and he's vicious as hell. He's entertaining. But really, to be honest, it's like the undefeated streak is what makes people want to watch him. He's like a very good attraction for the WWE. It's like, hell, I want to see Ryback, man. Ryback's a fucking great piece, like great monster, man. I want to see this guy, big hungry. And all of a sudden, it's just like, he loses the undefeated streak. How can he rebound off that? That's a lose-lose situation there. Why would you have it where it's a lose-lose situation? Now, could WWE maybe have the possible route where John Cena somehow sneaks in to the Hell in a Cell match? Probably. There probably will be that possible route. Just so that way CM Punk could probably pin Cena, or Cena can pin Punk and Ryback stays safe. But even then, it's just kind of like, well, how come Ryback couldn't squash these two guys? I mean, we've seen them face like two guys at once and Ryback destroyed them. So even then, it still hurts Ryback. To me, this matchup is going to be interesting. And for me, it's one of the first times in a long time where I can sit back and watch a match and not know who's winning. I'm not kidding here when I say that. I mean, the last time I really felt that was CM Punk John Cena at Money in the Bank. The other times, like there's a WWE Championship match, it feels just so predictable. It just feels like you know who's going to win. And it's kind of refreshing for me knowing that, I can sit back and watch CM Punk and Ryback in a match. One thing I do disagree with, though, is how this is going to be taking place inside a Hell in a Cell. To be honest, Hell in a Cells, to me, they have to be used for long-time feuds. And Cena and Punk would have been perfect for a Hell in a Cell just because of how long their feud has been. But at the same time, Ryback and Punk have no animosity towards each other, so I don't know. Tell me what you guys think about Ryback versus CM Punk. Did you guys like this video? Do all your stuff, subscribe. But tell me what you guys think about Ryback and CM Punk. I'm very interested to see If you guys agree with some of the statements I made or disagree, you're free to disagree. I'm not like all these other shooters that feel like, oh, I'm smarter than all you. I mean, we can argue, but you're free to disagree. But anyways, I'll talk to you all later. Peace.